Why, hello, my crafty friends. The time has come to start on day one of the Crafter's Companion Advent Calendar. I have all my things. I am ready to decorate. I'm here in Florida. So, I have my seashells. I have my Sandman. I have Dolly over here joining me. And I think I have the most Florida thing you could ever see in your life. Are you ready for this fabulousness? Because it's fabulous. Be prepared. Here it comes. It is my Merry Christmas Flamingos on an Alligator surfboarding. This is amazing. I think the lady at the store thought I was crazy when I bought it, but it's amazing. So here we are, ready to start Christmas. So let's open it up. Let's see what we have for day number one. Let's see, we'll open it up. Let's turn around here. So we have our mice and our tree. And the back is a craft room. The front is a tree. All right, so let's find door number one. Let's see, door number one. Here it is. It is this door over here. I'll pull the tab. Open the door. And it is oop, they're in there good this time. I don't think any of these will be sliding around. So there's a little finger hole over here to pull it out. But it seems like it's pretty secure in there. I don't think anything will be floating around. So we have a little embossing folder that is a butterfly on a flower. All right. So let me scavenge around my craft room and let's see what we're going to make. All right. So I grabbed a few things. I grabbed the Chinoiserie paper pad because I'm going to use this paper, which is the back side of that one. I have a piece of white cardstock. I have some fuchsia mirror card. I have a 5x7 card base. And I think I may use this on the bottom. And of course I have the embossing folder. So let me move the paper pad out of the way. Alright, so what I'm thinking, and I have some shaker bits. This might be a shaker card. So first thing is, let's cut a piece that I can emboss that. And that is 2.5 inches. So I'm going to go 2.5 and 2.5. And I'm going to cut 2 because I may try something here. Alright, I'm bringing my little mini. Alright, first I'm just going to emboss it without doing anything to it. Let's see what that looks like. Alright, don't get a lot of texture there. Let me try. Let me try running this through. Alright, I'm going to add a piece of cardstock because that didn't give me a lot of emboss there. Here's the paper. Take a fresh piece of paper, line that up. I'm going to fold this in half. And I know you do get a better emboss when you use the electric machine. But let's see if we can get a better emboss out of this. Let's see. Oh, I think that's better. That's a little bit better. Let's compare it. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I'll use this one. So let me take some ink. Actually, I think I'm just going to take my brush and use what's left on here and just put a little color on it. Now I almost like the deboss side better. You know what? I think I am going to use the deboss side. That just has better detail on it. Let's just put a little color on it. Just so we get a little contrast. All right, we'll leave it like that. All right, put that out of the way. All right, so now let's take, so if we have a 5x7 card base, so this piece is 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. So then I'm going to cut this to 4.5 by 6.5. Now, I like to measure on the bottom, and the reason why I like to measure from the bottom is this is pushed up against the bottom here. Move this up. So when you measure from the bottom, you're pushed up against an edge here. Your paper's not going to slide. When you measure from the top, your paper can slide on you. So if you're having trouble cutting straight, you may want to try cutting from the bottom. You know, lining it up on the bottom, because now I have this here. I hold this down. And now when the blade comes down, if it's going to push it, it can't push it anywhere because it's up against this edge. So try that if you're having trouble. Hold it against the bottom edge, and that way your paper won't slide. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to stick a little piece of tape runner. Let's see. So I'm thinking this will be up here. And the happy birthday will be down here. So this will need to be about here. All right. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of tape there, because I want this lined up where it needs to be. So I'm going to cut through both of these pieces at the same time. All right, now I have some square nesting dies, and I believe this one is the size I'm looking for. Yeah, it's just slightly smaller than the embossing folder. So this size will work. So let's put this back on here. This is going to be here. You want this in the middle. So we'll put this like this. Let me grab a piece of tape. All right, for this I'm going to use my Scotch low-tack tape. In the middle. Now I'm going to put the tape more to the inside, since that's what I'm cutting out. So that way I won't have to worry if it tears the paper. And this I will have to run through the electronic machine, because I am going through quite a bit thickness here. Alright, and the Gemini didn't fail me. It cut through both completely. Not a problem. Now I will say, when I cut this, I did not use my magnetic shim. I would say 99% of the time, I do not use a magnetic shim. For my machine, I use clear plate, metal shim, plastic shim, clear plate. And I get a great cut without the wear and tear on my plates I was getting before. Those of you who have watched my other videos, you know, have heard me say that my machine was eating the plates until I stopped using the magnetic shim. That the way my machine is just machined, yeah, you do not need it most of the time. All right, pull that tape off. Now let me take this down and we'll run this through. And we will put this together. All right, so let's see what we have. All right, I'll clean that later. All right, so now I need to trim this. Get that out of the way. You know, I have this big desk and I end up crafting in like 6 inches of space. Cut it there. And I'll trim this to 5. It's got a little bit of an edge here I don't like, so let me cut a little smidge off of that. And now I will cut it to 5. Alright, I have a few pieces I need to knock out here. I think that's everything. So let's see what we have now. So acetate will go in between there. This will be on here. Now, you may want to trim this a little bit more. So if I have this going from here to here. Yeah, I'm going to trim that a little bit more. All right. All right, so let me grab some acetate. All right, move that out of the way. That out of the way. All right, so I cut this. So I think I need to cut this to about 3 by 3. I'm just gonna cut it over here real quick. All right, decided to go 3.5 by 3.5. Grab my anti-static tool a little bit here. I'm not sure. I don't think that has a coating on it. All right, so let me grab. Need some foam tape. red liner tape. You find the end. There we go. Go all the way around. Place that down. Give it a good rub. All right. And this is going to go on here. Before I do that, I want to place our embossed square. All right, here it is. All right, so this is going to be centered like this. I am going to use wet glue for this, so I have a moment to move it around. All right, so this is going to sit here like this. I'm just going to slide that into place. Make sure that's where I want it to be. There you go. That is all lined up. Now I can glue this. This. Just to be safe, let me put a little bit more red liner tape on this. Now I'm going to line this at the bottom because I know the red liner tape is going to grab. And there we go. And let's look at the happy birthday here. That will be nice. All right, we'll put that on here. I don't think this needs a frame. Let's see. So that's the die I used to cut it. I think this one's a little bit bigger. It is. I think that needs a frame. I think it needs a frame in a contrasting color. Let's see. What color? That's like that. That's going to be like that. My shaker pieces are silver and pink. As I grab different shaker pieces. That might be a little bit too much pink. Let me grab a different color. All right, let's see what this is going to look like. That might be too light. Well, let's cut out and see what it looks like. All right, so let's get this one down. Actually, let's tape them together first. Well, they won't slide. That looks pretty even. Grab another piece of tape. All right, let me cut this out. First, let me trim the paper. Oh, that made a pretty frame. Look at that. Oh, let me get this nice and close. That made a very pretty frame. All right. Oh yeah, that is very pretty. Yep, there we go. Perfect. All right, let me glue this down. Come up here so you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, that made a very pretty frame. Now I think this needs to be up on foam, but not overly thick foam. So let's see. This may be a little fussy, but let's see. All right, let's pull all this tape off. So is everybody ready for the advent calendar? I am. I tried not to peek when Zara was opening doors. I did see there's a video online where someone opened up all the doors, and her video is showing all the doors. And that was up back in September. And in September, I think she posted that. So I've been avoiding that. All right, so this will be lined up here. Now I'm going to tilt it forward and line it up the way I want it. Because once this sticks, it's going to stick, and then I will just lay it down. If there's any little pieces that are sticking out, I can use the side of my pokey tool and just kind of push it in there. That'll be fine. Yeah, I think it needed that. Yeah, I think that needed to be up a little bit. All right, so now the back side of this, let me get all of this out of my way. All right, now for the shaker part of it, I am going to use 1/8 thickness of foam. And I am going to go across the bottom, and I'm going to go a little wider than what I need to. And let me grab my little scissors so I can stop using my ginormous ones. So push that against there. And we will push this against here. Now we will just fill in the middle spot here. All right, our shaker window is all full. Now I'll use the anti-static tool. Make sure none of it's going to stick to the sides. I think we've all done that. Let's double check everything here before we put it down. All right, so this is going to look like this. All right, I think that's good. So now we just need to put some more on the back here, or else we'll have a floppy card. Nobody likes a floppy card. And maybe one more piece over here. There we go. That should do it. Peel everything off. All right, now let's line this up again. All right, I am going to have to get my head in here because there's no way for me to do this without. I'm going to look. That looks good. I didn't put shaker pieces in, people. All right, and peel this back. Ooh, that was close. Pour my shakers in and press down. So worried about getting it straight, I almost didn't put my shakers in. All right, how sad would that be? All right, now we have our shaker. Here we go. All right, let me think about the inside now. When you have a card this pretty, you want to do something fun on the inside. So I think that's kind of fun. With the rose and the butterfly in the back. Alright, so I think I will just put a panel in the inside with this here. And then I'll put the white panel on the top and I'll stamp that. Alright, so let me grab a sentiment. Alright, let me bring in my stamping platform. So the card is 5x7. So I decided to make the mirror card 4x6. So that will make this 5 3/4 by 4 3/4. So let's put this down here. And this reads, wishing you a wonderful birthday and may the year ahead bring you every happiness. So we'll stamp this in the middle. And look, clean. I've cleaned it. Let me grab my ink. Help if I pressed it down. And one thing I've noticed lately with ink, usually I go, but if you, this is a felt. This is a Gina K ink pad, and it's felt, not foam. And if you take it and just kind of rock it back and forth, you really don't have to knock the heebie-jeebies out of it. You can just kind of, and you actually get just as good coverage. It also kind of saves your arm a little bit. Oh, you know what? I didn't grab black. This is Stormy Sky. Alright, I think it will be fine. That's what I get for rearranging my stamp pad yesterday. Alright, do we like the gray? I think the gray is nice. Yep, I think I'll leave the gray. Alright. That to the side. Cover my ink pad. Grab my glue. Alright, so this will be here. This will be on the inside. Like that. You know, now I'm wondering, should I have used this to tie this in? You know what? I'm going to cut this. Yep, I think that's better. And what I can do, let's see, what will this look like? Just put like a little strip here. Oh, I think that's pretty. All right, I think I'll do that. Tie in both colors. I think this strip needs to be a little thinner. Let me see how thick this is. All right, this strip is 1.5 inches. Let me make it 1 inch. All right, so now I have 1/2 inch and I have 1 inch. That's too thin. straight. I'll put glue on here, here. I'm just going to hold it. Now I'm looking at this space here, and this space here. So that's what I want to be the same. That looks about right. I think I have too much glue here, so let me take some of that off my finger. Now I'll put this on the inside. You know, I think I'm going to take a little bit of this pink, whatever's left in this brush, just give it a little bit of a hint of color. Just a little whisper. There we go. So now when it's up against the white, you can see it. All right, glue all this down. And this card is almost done. All right, so let's put this here. All right, so the first card, day 1, is in the books, people. All right, let me grab the folder. This was our little folder. We have the flower and the butterfly. Made a shaker card. And you could put any happy birthday down here. You could have just used a plain happy birthday. But yeah, there it is. And then the inside, we tied the 2 pieces of mirror card together. We stamped it in gray. There it is, day 1 in the books. So I hope you liked this, and if you did, give me a like. And hope you stay tuned for tomorrow when we do door number 2. Who knows what it will be. See you tomorrow, and stay crafty.